I was recently asked, is Idaho conservative? Is Idaho a red state? What's going to happen? Let's talk about that next. Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here, and today I want to answer a question about, is Idaho conservative? I've done some research. Let's see what it says. But first, if you're enjoying this channel, please go ahead and share, like, and subscribe. That really does help us out. And also, if you have any questions about if Idaho is for you, please feel free to give us a call up here. All of us on the Treasure Valley Dave team, we've all relocated. We have the experience, and we may have answers that you didn't even know you had questions to yet. So reach out and give us a call and text, email. We're pretty flexible. Anyway, I saw this recently, and it kind of fits right in with what we're talking about. This person said they were standing in line at Vaughn's. Lady in front of me talking about them leaving California. The checker said her family was trying to decide which state to move to. The lady behind me chimed in with her choices. Here's the thing. You cannot underestimate how many good people are voting with their feet and leaving California. And yes, they are. And I'm pretty sure the last thing they want to do is to go someplace that's going to end up like California. So do we see Idaho doing that? I recently did a little bit of search on Facebook. I mean, that's a lot of social stuff going on there. And some other places to try to get some answers to gauge a feel for what's going on. And part of that is from personal experience. I've got past clients that have moved up here, and they are getting involved or are already involved with many different local things. I know other Californians that have moved up here that are also getting involved. Heck, Mrs. Treasure Valley Dave, she's out there going to training and classes and walking neighborhoods as well. So let's see what the climate's like out there. So like I said, I just pulled some things off of Facebook here just a moment ago, just to kind of feel the temperature out there. What are people doing? Here's the Stop Idaho Rhinos. Join our newsletter. So they're putting together a newsletter every week or month, and they're out there doing stuff. We'll probably see their name again. Oh, well, here we are. Stop Idaho Rhinos. There's call in, grow your knowledge base. Want the inside scoop? Every Monday at noon, call that number. And looks like Kirsten's going to be jumping in there and answering questions and educating and whatever else. She came from California too. Stop Idaho Rhinos. Every Monday at 7 a.m. Join us on podcast. So these people are what's happening in Idaho. These people are out there doing things. Precinct committeeman, open house and information night. Mrs. Treasure Valley Dave actually went out there, and she asked me if it'd be okay if she became a precinct committeeman, and what I thought about that. And I go, that sounds great. She wanted to make sure it wasn't going to interfere with, the real estate stuff. I said, no, that's more important, to go out there and make a difference, to make sure that we don't become like California, which we left from. We have, this is a recent, the March for Life down at downtown Boise, and just pretty decent crowd out there, huh? Oh, there's Priscilla Giddings. We're going to see her name in a little bit too. She's another conservative that's running for office, or she's in office, she's running for a higher office. Stop Idaho Rhinos. We have this Republican here that has not been acting conservative. So it's like, we don't really have Democrats up here to worry about. Mainly it's rhinos, establishment types. And I'm not even saying that all the old-timer Republicans are like that, but there's some that make you scratch your head. Go, why would you do that? Let's see, what do we have here? CRT SEL specialist is going to be discussing state education. Candidate for superintendent of schools, Brandon Dirtz, will share information. I've actually heard him speak. And so there's just another outlet of education that you can take advantage of right there. This is people are out door knocking neighborhoods for Priscilla Giddings. And I think she's running for lieutenant governor. So there's another thing that people can do. Let's say you come up here and you want to obviously decompress for a little while, and then you want to start doing something, but you just kind of want to get your feet wet, see what it's like. Walking door to door, walking neighborhoods, passing out flyers. That's a great way to start to get involved. Here's something else that Mrs. Treasure Valley Dave went to, was the town hall over in Caldwell. And precinct committeeman. I guess was the topic. Maybe that's where that whole conversation started from. But that's just another example of things going on. Let's see. Here's Kirsten Lucas again. Came up from California. She is a firecracker. I mean, she's out there doing everything she can to make sure that Idaho doesn't become California. And she's working with Chris Trackle to become a state senator. So another thing that people can do here is another class that Mrs. Treasure Valley Dave went to. This is down at the Capitol. There's Janice, and is that Janice? Yeah. Anyway, they're teaching you how to, the technicalities of how maneuvering through the legislative website from your checking. So they're basically teaching you how to keep your eye on and understand what's going on in the government machinations. Janice McGeehan, they're having a dinner for her so you can come out and meet her and get to know all about her. She's currently lieutenant governor running for the governor's position. Why is that? Well, because the current governor, Brad Little, has shown his colors during the whole, the pandemic thing. And sometimes he didn't come off as being liberty-minded, or certainly not liberty-minded enough. So that's where Janice is stepping in. Ed Humphrey is a young guy here. He's also running for governor. And he's out there all the time. He's got a schedule there. And this is another way that you can get involved. Help Ed, or go out and listen to him and see what you think. Maybe you'll help his opponent. There's another person that's out there wanting to make a difference, so she's just jumping in. And it's different here. We don't have, the odds aren't against you like they were in California. And I say that because me and Mrs. Treasure Valley Dave, we ran for elected office. We became Central Committee people, and we saw firsthand that as Republicans, you really have no chance. You're just kind of, spinning your wheels. And the only way that you have any power at all is if you are a rhino, and that just didn't sit well with us. We saw politics local and up close, and it's like watching sausage be made, I guess. You wouldn't want to eat it after you saw that. Here's the Constitution. This is the Constitution Party of Idaho. They're saying, you know what? Over here in Ada County, I guess, they're just not as conservative as these people think they should be. So they created their own party. Well, good for them. Let's see. More about the Constitution Party. And she wrote an op-ed here. And I'm sure they also have some in-person things going on as well. I thought this was cute. Another one from the Constitution Party. The party can be changed from within. What if George Washington waited until King George was changed from within? So, they're getting out there doing something. And you know what? What if they don't win any seats? They're still pushing the other Republicans to become more conservative because they're getting pressure from the right. Not unlike, say, for instance, Joe Biden getting pressure from the squad, the really leaning left, and so he has to go left. Maybe it's the same type of a thing here. The Idaho Freedom Foundation. So Wayne Hoffman started the Freedom Foundation, I want to say 2009, 2007, something like that. But anyway, here's an event that they're putting on for education purposes. And Wayne's group here, the Idaho Freedom Foundation, they also put out indexes of how the different representatives and state senators it's their freedom index, how they vote, and they have a score from 0 to 100 to show as they vote how their score is moving up and down. So that's, it's somebody getting out there and doing something to make a difference. Here's something else from the Idaho Freedom Foundation. The lawmakers were pressuring Marlene Trump, President Trump, not Trump, Boise State University, to cut out the social justice spending. So definitely these people are making a difference and putting some pressure out there. Also, Wayne has his the Hoff Time report, and he has this every week, and has different people on there, always talking about local subjects, and bringing, not so much putting it pressure on politicians, but educating the people, which hopefully accomplishes the first one pretty well. Restore Liberty in Idaho. We have the Health Freedom Idaho. They've been out there a lot, as you can imagine, this past 2 years now almost, huh? So there's another way that you can get involved. There's Janice again, running for governor. Trump endorsed her, so if that carries some weight in your world, that she's even more conservative, well, there you go. Tammy Nichols, she's a local rep out of Middleton, but she covers other parts of Canyon County as well. But she is always out there. I've seen her speak in person. Very engaging, very knowledgeable, and she's just another normal person out there making a difference, like you can too. Health Freedom Defense Fund, looks like a giving some testimony or a class on health freedom in Idaho. There's Janice, she's running for lieutenant governor. They had a dinner where you could come out and meet her and talk with her. And these are normal people. They're up at the front of the room. They're talking. They're done. You get to go up and you get to talk with them. And, it's not like, I've seen some politicians in California and they think that, have you seen Nancy Pelosi? It seems like a lot of that kind of mentality is in the mindset of so many politicians in California. Here's another dinner for Janice running for governor. That's McGeehan. The CH is silent, I guess. But just another thing going on. And this is just within the last couple of weeks. Let's see, the Idaho Liberty Dogs. They are putting together this petition about schools so parents can have more say into what happens. Here's some more pictures from the March for Life. And looks like a pretty decent sized crowd out there, huh? Let's see. And so there's these, left-wing protests going on. And the way the protest is taking shape is they put these tents out there on the lawn of the Capitol. There's nobody staying in them overnight. So it's more of a visual type of a message that they're trying to send. But anyway, so this weekend, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, as I'm recording this, there's going to be the Patriots are going to go down there and have their own protest. So I can't wait to see how that plays out. Here's Janice again at the speaking event. And I've been here. This is where a lot of people come and do their speaking and talk to the people. Isn't that kind of what it's supposed to be about? I mean, they're representing us, right? Something's going on tomorrow. Oh yeah, this is the event where the the patriots are going down there and having their own protests or just letting their voices be heard as far as those tents and things like that. Representative Chad Christensen, he's drafted a bill to allow pharmacists to prescribe ivermectin over the counter. And so this is what Chad's constituents are saying that is important to them, and this is what he's putting out there. So he's being responsive to the people. You could call up Chad and talk with him. This is Art McComber, and he's running for Attorney General. And I actually saw him speak and talked with him, and he's comes out with these little McComber minutes every day. I believe it's every day. It's certainly very frequently. And he answers questions, and he's very much a constitutional type of a guy. And very approachable. He's just a normal guy. And so it's like when you come up here, you want to get involved. I mean, you don't have to run for office, not that you couldn't, but there's all these other good people that are stepping up that need your help. Like I say, walking neighborhoods, handing out flyers, things like that. So you can get involved. Let's see, what is this? This is yesterday at the presentation, Lawworks adopt to, there's Dorothy. So there's just more stuff, more conservatives in the legislature in Idaho are taking a stand. There's Priscilla again. Did we already see this slide? Another dinner where you can go out and meet her. Ammon Bundy, you probably heard him. He's also running for governor, and he's putting on this concert. So you can go out and meet him and talk with him. And all these people, they're very much in the community where you can, have access to them and find out where they stand and whether you want to support them or not. Dorothy Moon, she's running for Secretary of State. I actually was at a dinner where she was at very recently. And here's her calendar of different places. And you can go out and talk with her. She's very approachable. There's Dorothy and Sarah. You might remember her last year. She was arrested by the police for having her kid out on a playground after they said that kids can't go on playgrounds because they'd be super spreaders or something. But she stood up for her rights, and they hauled her into jail, and there she sat. And so now she's still waiting for her speedy trial. There's Dorothy again, out speaking amongst the people. And like I say, she's very approachable. And if you want to get involved, this could be you right back there somewhere. You might be back there saying, you know what, I want to go learn more about these people. Maybe I'll help them, maybe I won't. Kevin Miller, Idaho is not for you. So he's the host of the morning show on one of our local AM stations, and you can listen to him online as well. Probably KIDOtalkradio.com. And he's he's open to all opinions. They can call in and have a sort of rational kind of a conversation. Sometimes it gets a little funny, but calling into your radio stations, you want to get involved? Absolutely do that. I mean, that's pretty easy. This is Treasure Valley Dave does that too. Another big dinner coming up where you can go out and speak with Priscilla and talk with her. And what else? Oh, this is a survey done by Boise Dev recently, and they contacted 1,000 adults, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they found out that newer Idahoans, 42% say they're independent, 39% who have lived here longer say the same, that they're independent. 36% of newcomers are Republican. 38% of longtime people here are Republican. So you can almost imagine that independence means conservative. Conservatives that are kind of tired of the rhinos. So, especially if, they're coming from California. Like I said a minute ago, there's so much rhinoism because if you're a politician in California, that's the only way you're going to have any power. is to be a rhino and do what the libs tell you to do. So I could see that number is probably, really means that they're conservative, maybe libertarian, something like that. So you start adding these numbers up, 42% and 36%. I'm going to try to do some higher math here. That's 78% of the new people coming in are more of a conservative bent. And I think that holds up, especially when we get down a little bit further. Democrats, 16% of the new arrivals are Democrats. 13% of the long-term residents are. So, yeah, we have some Democrats, but 15% of the people are Democrats here, if that. And so that means the rest of them aren't. I think that's kind of like flipped on its head from California. Actually, that's not true. I think California, there's a lot of conservatives, probably registered Republicans, but the Democrats always seem to have just that little edge, especially when it comes to anything, legislatively. But up here, it's a different story. And this is also one more way you can get involved. Check this out. Guess who I'm with? You've seen him on my channel before, right? This is Tom Muntz. Tom, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Dave. How are you?
Great. Hey, Tom puts on a series of educational meetings, I guess. Mm-hmm. And he has a whole bunch of information that he likes to share with people. And he asked me if I could ask you if you don't want to come to those in the future. So as soon as I get a date and a time and a place, I'm going to let you know about it. And is this an important thing for them to know about?
Oh, of course. So I'm the area coordinator for the John Birch Society, and one of the things that we do as coordinators is to be able to recruit members, people that are active or desire to be active and trying to restore liberty where we feel like it's being lost. There's no multitude of fires burning and all the things that we can get involved in. But the thing that makes the John Birch Society special is the fact that we focus on primary areas that nobody else focuses on. So
that is hugely important, wouldn't you say? Tom's a great guy. He's from California too. And he's up here doing everything he can to make sure Idaho doesn't become California. So, and I remember after the last election, the state Republican chairman, he was asked by the local press, are all these Californians turning Idaho blue? And he said, absolutely not. We're becoming more conservative because of the Californians coming up here, which kind of holds true with all this other stuff that we've been looking at. So, wow. If you found this interesting, maybe you've been wondering this same question, just hadn't asked it yet. I'm glad you watched this. And if you know somebody else, please share this with them. Subscribe. Like I say, that really helps. And if you're interested in learning more about Idaho, to find out maybe if this is a place for you, give me a call, text, shoot me an email. Always glad to help. My whole team's standing by to help you out. We have that experience. We've all lived in more blue type places, and we have, we can give you our opinions, and we're always happy to do so. Well, anyway, thanks for coming along today. Appreciate it. And as always, this is Treasure Valley Dave. Looking forward to helping you get home.